Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Can't keep your eye on all the action at the ballpark? Well, we've got you covered. A tribe of Indians covers up some lost ground. A flock of Orioles covers all the bases. The surprising Astros cover up the holes. Veteran Tom Seaver recovers his old form. And the red-hot Redbirds keep on knocking the cover off the ball. Headlines and highlights covered next on This Week in Baseball. Brought to you by Gillette. When it comes to personal grooming, most people come to Gillette, makers of Atra Razor, America's original pivoting head razor.
He wasn't before, now he's an Atra. He wasn't before, now he's an Atra. Now he's an Atra.
Gillette Atra, the pivoting head razor 8 out of 10 triers preferred to anything they'd ever used before. Superior face-hugging action with new micro-smooth twin blades make Atra Gillette's best shave. So,
don't be a before, move up to Atra.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Frank burned the trout yet?
No, but we're ready.
Okay, you guys, knock it off. I don't believe it. And a little something to go with it.
Lowenbrow.
Lowenbrow. And you guys don't deserve it, but my trout does.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well,
Frank, we apologize. The beer's terrific.
In the American League, there's been plenty of talk about Earl Weaver's Baltimore Orioles flying high at the top of the Eastern Division. In Baltimore, they make the most of any situation. 1 out. 2 outs. A triple play. The Orioles have a knack for making the right play. But good defense is nothing new in Baltimore. What is new is baseball's best record, for which many reasons are given.
We've really improved a lot on our offense, and we've got a stronger bullpen this year, and the young kids, Sam and Tim Stoddard. And our pitching has carried us in the past, and I think it's even going to be stronger this year. Everybody is doing a little bit, you know, and that's what helps win pennants.
Slinging Sammy Stewart, the Tar Heel rookie, has done his thing in spot starts and long relief. You can't discount anybody on this team, like Benny Ayala. He's been kicking around the minors for a career and a half, but came right up to hit 2 home runs in a game against Texas. In that same game, the Orioles entered the bottom of the 9th down by 2. So what did slugger Lee May, who has 10 game-winning hits, do? Why, the Big Bopper surprised everyone with a bunt. That set up a tie score, and before long, pinch hitter Terry Crowley got a chance to do his bit with Lee May now on third. And there it is. The Bopper shuffles home as the Orioles win their 5th straight, still #1 in the East. And moving up fast in the East, the Cleveland Indians, stirred up by manager Jeff Torborg, determined to shake the loser's image. The Indians started the season poorly, but really pulled together the past month, during which time they refused to let victory slip away. A more aggressive style of baseball produced 16 victories in 23 games as the Tribe pushed toward the 500 level. Bobby Bonds, a bit reluctant to play when the season began, now seems quite at home, hitting above 300. Dwayne Kuiper, always brilliant in the field, keeps improving with the stick, now hitting in the 280s. Here he takes the Ohio Express. And leadoff hitter Paul Dade is now flirting with a 300 batting average, even kissing a few baseballs goodbye. Some fans feel Cleveland should not have dealt ace reliever Jim Kern, but Sid Monge has filled the gap in the Tribe bullpen. In fact, Monge is neck and neck with Kern at the top of the league's ERA list. The Indians may not be ready to shake up Baltimore and Boston, but they've sure been getting their fair shake of victories. Now on to Kansas City, where a whole lot of shaking was going on because the New York Yankees were in town. Anyone who's seen the Royals and Yanks square off for the pennant the last 3 years knows what that means. Plenty of fast, hard action. Two teams that just seem to bring the best out of one another. George Brett stood at third in the first game in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, after the Royals had closed a 10-5 deficit to 10-9. Willie Randolph throws the potential last out away, and it's 10-10. Maybe the Yankees figured it'd be too easy to win that way. And so Greg Nettles now batting top of the 10th. Going, and it's gone. 11-10 New York on home run number 10 for Nettles. Okay, Ken Clay now pitching in the bottom of the 10th. 2 outs, the potential tying run at third, and the dangerous George Brett, who's already had 4 hits at the plate. And this time the Yankees hang on. Barely. Whitey Herzog's crew fell behind again the next day by a score of 5-0 before slowing down the Yankee attack and coming back again. When the dust had cleared, it came down to an 8-7 lead for New York in the 9th, with George Brett again at the plate. Again, the tying run at third with 2 outs. This time, Brett comes through with another 4-hit game and another tie in extra innings, 8-8. Now, Willie Wilson is batting in the bottom of the 13th. Score still 8-all. Watch Willie go. An inside the park homer, and the Royals win 9-8. Well, you just know Royals Stadium had to be jammed to capacity for the final game of the series to see what these two clubs could do to top the first 2 games. They saw plenty of hitting in action, but alas, by comparison, it was a ho-hummer. 10-4 Yankees. Well, at least the broadcasters could relax. Now it's time for this week's Volkswagen quiz. Philadelphia rookie Ramon Aviles played 1 decade and 1,000 games in the minor leagues before getting his first real crack at the majors. By contrast, 3 current major league players have never played in the minors. Can you name them? Stay tuned.
That Volkswagen Rabbit really handles. Is that why you're driving it?
Not really.
Well, is it because it can go from 0 to 50 in 8.3 seconds? But then why are you driving a Rabbit?
Because it has more headroom than my Rolls Royce.
Is that such a big deal?
It is. If you will, Chamberlain.
Volkswagen does it again.
In the National League East, the Catbird seat became the Redbird seat as manager Ken Boyer's St. Louis Cardinals took over first place, winning 11 of 14, picking up all those loose pieces and putting together the kind of winning combination not seen in old St. Louis for several years. Those Redbirds have everyone shaking their heads. Hitters like Ted Simmons have pitchers shaking in their BBDs, or ERAs. Man, is he ever hot. Slammed 8 homers in 17 games with 25 RBIs. Hard to tell what's making more noise, Redbird fans or Redbird backpacks. The Cardinals took over the Major League lead in team hitting, with 5 men batting well above 300. George Hendrick helped bring on the St. Louis Heat Wave by hitting .475 during a 15-game hitting streak, boosting his season's average to .351. Cardinal pitching has also impressed, ranking 3rd in the National League. What a difference a year makes. With virtually the same cast of players, the Cards stayed way down in 5th place last season with a mean case of the St. Louis Blues. But right now, the spirit of St. Louis is soaring high in the National League East. Also soaring high, the Houston Astros, maintaining good flight control at the top of the lineup of the National League West. Manager Bill Burden's men also spent last season in 5th place in their division. What's been the difference? Well, first, their speed. The Astros have stolen more bases than any team in the league. It's not easy stopping Cesar Cedeno or Jose Cruz or Enos Cabell. Secondly, the Astros now have more confidence.
We did hit a mild slump there where we lost about 13 out of 19, but I think that a true mark of the talent on this team and the character of this team was the fact that we came back right after that, and now I think we've won 11 of 13 since that mini slump, we'll call, and we're rolling again.
Ace reliever Joe Sambito has helped Houston roll with clutch pitching and clutch glove work. Defense is another Astros strength. At shortstop, Craig Reynolds. At third base, Enos Cabell. There have been some changes in the Houston lineup. One, a fleet rookie named Jeff Leonard, who was not only hitting .319, but playing the outfield well enough to move former Gold Glove winner Cesar Cedeno to first base.
The big reason for the move was to get Leonard in a lineup. He's got a lot of tools, and he's played exceptionally well, and we just felt like that in order to give the club the best advantage, why we needed him in the lineup, so we made that move.
Another improvement is the addition of Craig Reynolds at shortstop, a smart contact hitter who hits number 2 in the lineup and helps the base runners while keeping Astro rallies alive.
Craig Reynolds has really been an asset to our ball club. He really does a superb job on defense, but I think more than that, he's really added some punch into our offense, which we really haven't had in the past from a shortstop.
Add all this to a pitching staff led by Joe Niekro, a 9-game winner with 4 shutouts. Although including 4 rookies, the Houston staff is one more reason why the Astros have been top gun in the West. And gunning straight at the Astros, the Cincinnati Reds, where ace pitcher Tom Seaver is beaming again. The return to form of Tom Terrific during a 3-game sweep over Montreal could be just what the Big Red Machine needed to get into high gear. Seaver retired 24 Expos in a row with help from the likes of Paul Blair. And Dave Concepcion. Concepcion also helped the plate with 2 hits, 1 a home run. Davies had an exceptional offensive year with a .299 average and 33 RBIs. Paul Blair also helped Seaver with some tricky hitting. Takes years of experience to hit him like this. Wherever Blair goes, you're sure to find a winner. Confidence is growing in Reds country because young pitchers like Mike Lacoste have really been doing the job. Lacoste went the distance against Montreal for his 7th win without a loss, reducing his ERA to 2.35. As for Tom Seaver, his Montreal victory was his first win since April. Took a long time, but there's still plenty of time left for Seaver and the Reds to let the good times roll in the National League West. Now back to this week's Volkswagen quiz, brought to you by the 79 Rabbit, Dasher, and Scirocco. Volkswagen does it again. Bob Horner went straight from the Arizona State campus to the Braves and is one of 3 current major leaguers who never played in the minors. Dave Winfield went straight from the University of Minnesota to the Padres, and the New York Yankees' Catfish Hunter was signed right out of high school by the Kansas City A's.
He wasn't before, now he's an Atra. He wasn't before, now he's an Atra. Now he's an Atra.
Gillette Atra, the pivoting head razor 8 out of 10 triers preferred to anything they'd ever used before. Superior face-hugging action with new micro-smooth twin blades make Atra Gillette's best shave. So,
don't be a before, move up to Atra.
Why did Car and Driver magazine call the Audi 5000 a functional masterpiece and yet one of the most sumptuous cars ever to come out of Germany? Why did Road and Track magazine say, for the money, we don't see anything that can touch it? Test drive the Audi 5000 at your Porsche Audi dealer and find out why.
You know, folks, everybody tries to look cool at the ballpark, but it's not always that easy. Looking casual and nonchalant is a must when you go to bat, but that can be a challenge. Hey, man, can't you shake that thing off your stick? A guy can get away with anything if he just keeps his cool. Something buzzing, cousin? No problem. But some guys just weren't cut out to play it cool. Seems like the fans know about cool. The ball players, well, they do their best to hang on. Or is it hang in? Even a scorekeeper could lose his cool on that one. This one, too. The runner steals second base. That was too easy, so now he'll try to steal first. No double steal this time, but that's baseball. And here's more baseball. Win some, lose some, but stay cool. Now, back to our man still having problems getting to bat. If he doesn't lose his cool here, he never will. Got it. After all he wants is a chance to hit, and all the pitcher wants is a chance to throw. So, here we go. Well, after all that, maybe we should just cool it and get on to our next topic, the Willies. First up, the Giants' big Mac attack. 41-year-old Willie McCovey, who just said hello and goodbye to some Hall of Fame sluggers. That's goodbye to another great Giant slugger, Mel Ott, who hit 511 career homers. And hello to Eddie Matthews and Ernie Banks, who each slammed 512. This week in Pittsburgh, Willie pinch hit and did one more time exactly what he's been doing ever since his rookie year in 1959. Going, it is gone. This three-run blast helped beat the Pirates and made Willie the top lefty career home run hitter in National League history, 512, tying Matthews and Banks for 9th on the all-time list. But McCovey is still well behind another Willie Mays. But then Seattle's Willie Horton is still further behind Willie McCovey, although Horton, who's having one of his best seasons, at age 36 also reached a big league milestone. And there it is, career homer number 300. Only 40 players in baseball history have more. The Ancient Mariner's been a smash in Seattle this season. This was his 12th homer and 42nd RBI. Want more Willies? Well, how about Pittsburgh's Willie Stargell, who at age 38 is also feeling his oats, hitting well above 300 with some 30 RBIs and 11 home runs. Stargell reached the 440 mark in career homers, the only active player other than McCovey to have hit over 400. How about those Willies? And how about Boston's Carl Yastrzemski, who at age 39 is another old-timer still blasting away. 41 RBIs and 11 homers, only 6 short of 400. But Yaz is probably more interested in 3,000 career hits. needs around 70 more to get there. Cardinal fans expect Lou Brock, turning 40, also to reach 3,000 career hits in this his final season. Lou only needs about 50 more, thanks to a great start, which has him battling yet another oldster, Pete Rose, for the league lead in hitting. Ought to earn him a few votes as a write-in candidate on the All-Star ballot. In Detroit, rookie manager Les Moss was removed in favor of Sparky Anderson, who signed a 5-year contract. The young Tigers had a winning record, but Sparky's record for 9 seasons in Cincinnati, 4 pennants, 2 world championships, and an average of 96 wins a year. Finally, Ted Simmons of the St. Louis Cardinals, the recipient of this week's Gillette Special. In 7 games, Simmons batted .440 with 5 homers and 13 runs batted in. In 1 game against the Dodgers, the switch-hitting catcher pounded 2 homers, won a grand slammer, and drove in 6. Overall, Simmons upped his average to .321, his homer total to 16, and runs batted in to 45. Congratulations, Ted. And that's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.
Here's a reminder, it's English leather or nothing at all.
English leather cologne for men.